To the start of the pandemic, 100,000 fewer Chinese students are studying in the United States. Similarly, only about 400 Americans are currently studying in China. Programs to study on either side are being underfunded or rapidly being cut. An important example being the Fulbright program to Hong Kong SAR, which scholars on both sides of the Pacific got to reinstate. What will happen when these exchanges continue to drop further? When these exchanges continue to drop further, when Americans and Chinese will practically only meet to headbutt at the negotiation table. In September 2022, I had the privilege of being amongst the very first foreign students to study again in China. My studies of China started over a year before that, through a virtual exchange semester with Peking University. I loved my studies at Beida so much that I applied as well to do my graduate studies there, specifically at the Yenching Academy, the program which brought me to China and here to you today. Throughout my past year in China, there is so much I've learned that no textbook, paper, or lecture could ever have taught me. These things I've learned through experiencing for myself, the differences in the souls of cities such as Beijing, Shanghai, Shenzhen, Chengdu, and Sanya, taking a Gaoxia all the way from Hong Kong to Beijing, and all the friendships I've built along this journey. These things become impossible as US-China relations, especially academic ones, continue to deteriorate. And it's therefore that I, as a Dutch citizen, give this speech and am passionate about my research on historical and contemporary US-China relations. From my interviewees, for my podcast, China Hats, and my research on US-China relations, I learned as well that they have the exact same. That for them, coming to China in 1979 also taught them so many things that their program in the US could never have taught them. And therefore, I think it's key that we continue these exchanges. And there's 3 lessons I wish to share with you from my research. Firstly, it is key that citizens from the US continue to study in China, and citizens from China continue to study in the US. Secondly, improving such relations require both sides to make compromises with deep consideration for the needs, wants, and cultural differences of the other side. Lastly, I want to say how key it is for Americans to study in China as well. And I hope me sharing my story with you today illustrates that to you. Thank you for listening.